Hey everybody, Coach Saqib here today. So I'm going to give a little bit of a product review about the Be Strong restriction bands I've been using. I had a lot of questions about them. People are interested, and I just want to give you a little bit more about them and why I use them, benefits, and just how to use them for. So when I ordered my cuffs, I had gotten too large, too small. The largest will come in. I can literally slide right through, clip them, put them right above like my knee, literally right above the hip. And then same thing with the upper, they'll just come right about here, my shoulder. You also get this pump, okay? All you're doing is you're taking this side of it and pinning into the hole, and then you just pump the gauge to how much you want to restrict. They give you an app as well as like a booklet to kind of give you an idea of where restrictions should lie. And from there, you just play with it bit by bit. Very simple to use. I like them a lot and they're very safe. So as we know, blood flow restriction has been into play for a long time, right? Research has been supporting in why we do it, and it has shown benefits. So people start getting elastic bands and stuff. The only thing I don't like about those bands and other things that people have been using is it's just not as safe and it's not really regulated, right? Here, I have a tool to regulate how much pressure I'm going to include to restrict the blood flow, and that's what I want. Is I want to have an idea of how much I'm actually restricting, so I'm not doing too much so I don't hurt myself. So Be Strong is why I use Be Strong. One, they're easy to use, they're efficient, they're safer, they stay on really well, they don't slide when I'm working out, which I liked a lot, and I can also have an idea of how much restriction I'm doing. If I restrict proximally, I'm still going to get the anabolic response distally, so it doesn't matter where I target it. I can wrap them here, and it's just going to work for the entire limb. But what I tend to find is that when I'm restricting blood supply, right? So if I go like a 40 to 60% restriction, I can now work my body at a lower load and still get the same anabolic response that I'm looking for. And that's what I want, right? And this is nothing new. Research has proven that, right? Research shows that when I'm working out with relatively lower loads and working with the restriction of the cuffs, I still get the same response. And just so I have it, so people believe me, you can go online and you can look up different researches and anything you want to prove our case of like they do work. And what we're doing is we're just restricting our arterial venous supply, right? We're restricting it for a little bit. We're not restricting for the entire workout, and then you're just letting that blood flow back. So in terms of performance standpoint, you're still going to get strength results. You're still going to get muscle hypertrophy, but the benefit is that you're not going to have to load the weight as much as you can, as much as you want. And what that does for your joints is less pressure on the joints, and it's less pressure on your body, less stress, right? And it works in many ways. You can use them for recovery, okay? So the days that you just don't want to work out as heavy, go ahead, restrict your blood supply. You can get two lower, two upper, right? All for and do some body weight exercise. There you can restrict a little bit more because you get more of that fatigue feel. But once you start to get fatigue, you'll get that anabolic response. Rehab standpoint, this is where I first kind of met these bands, right? My last clinical, we did this a lot in the rehab setting with our performance athletes and with a lot of our patients that came in with like acute injury. We just needed more blood in the area because there would be areas that won't get enough supply, won't get as much supply due to their trauma damage. Research has shows that with BFR, with lower loads, okay, you're gonna have a greater post-exercise protein synthesis, which is great for muscle strength and gains. You're going to have a higher growth hormone elevation, helps with recovery and stuff. And then you're also going to have a higher molecular signal response, right? So more of a neurological response compared to your typical conventional resistance training. So it puts more stimulus on the brain and the body. So overall, there are many benefits to using the tool. So that's why I started incorporating it, because it makes my workouts more efficient and more effective by just a small little tool that can just be, placed quickly, easy to use. It takes me about less than a minute to put all 4 bands on at once. And once you really understand where your restriction lies and how much you're going to use for your pressures, you're good to go. It'll take you less than 30 seconds. If you want to learn more about the products, go onto my website, look at my links, go directly to their website, read about it. They're easy to use, they're affordable, and if you have any more questions, just reach out and hopefully you give them a try in the near future. All right guys, it's been a pleasure. Until next time.